Hello YouTube fans and Facebook, my name is Robert Chikaki. I am the owner of the Demo Bus. Little background about me, been doing this for the last 6 years on a small scale in various trucks I've had. Last one being an Explorer with A15s. It just kind of came impractical to drive with all the extra weight and everything, so I ended up to do something different, something that would stand out and be better for your guys' interest and demoing purpose, and did a bus. Pretty much it's full size, you walk in it, you can go in the box if you want, threw around some box ideas, figured what would be best for viewing purpose, not the all around let's see who can hit the highest SPL number, because that's not what it's for. It's not to see what's the highest number I could do on the meter, it's how loud I could play it on music, how many people I could fit inside and demo at the same time. So I ended up doing a bus. Been working on this thing for about 11 months now, since last August. I would say 80% of the work was all done by me. Fabricating, brackets, battery rack, the framing. I have two friends, Keith Miller and Eric Peterson, that gave me a hand when they had some free time. Sometimes hours at night, sometimes hours on the weekend. But we're talking about a 10-month span here. We're not talking, it was every day for 4 weeks. We're talking a day here and there, maybe 2 weeks in a row, once a month, something like that, But I would say 80% of it was done by me and my hands. Doing all the steel in the cabin was definitely hard work. I needed another hand to do that. My friend Keith helped me with that. Eric helped me physically, construct the box, put it back to, put it together, because it's big, the thing is 9 feet long. Those are big walls that have to get put up. So with that being said, thanks to those guys, this is pretty much the bus. As you see, all this nice artwork was done by my friend Remy 821 on Instagram. Some of you guys already seen the videos that I've done. We got Crescendo Audio, DC Audio, Excess Power, we got Toolmaker down on the front door. And then we have the Demo Bus with a guy holding his ears to say how loud it is. Starting in the back, we got 10 bass clef 3500 Crescendo amps. They're out of Florida. I'm in New York. There's not real much of their product up where I live, so I'm using their product. It's good customer service, good bang for the buck. Hopefully more people run their stuff. Running excess power wire, excess power batteries, D1400s. I got 16 of them down here, and the other 4 are going to go inside. Pretty much went with this brand just because might as well start with the best and end with the best, opposed to spend your money on something else and then change it a year later. So that's why I picked them. Good customer service as well, good friends. Toolmaker, Anthony, he made these blocks for me. There are 50 holes on each. As you see, the empty holes are for more wire and for my charging wires off my alternators that are going to go in here eventually. These will then go to my dual inputs that I will eventually get. These will get plexiglass covers that are etched with the Crescendo that are then lit up. So this is pretty much the back. Yes, the wiring has to get tidied up, but there is still a whole lot to be done with the actual EQing and processing of these amps to time align everything correctly in the box. Just a quick overview. Crescendo Audio, big sub. That definitely tells people there's music in here. Everyone normally asks me. It's a big 12-inch tip that comes out of the side, shoots out black smoke. This is a diesel, 7.3 diesel. This company right here, Transmetic Transmission, it's a local company. Known them for about 5 years. They do transmission work. He ended up helping me out with a couple things, giving me a few dollars, here and there for supplies when I needed it, trips that I had to go on. These local guys, they helped me out. Transmetic Transmission at Mount Sinai. Just more artwork. MechMan alternators. Right now I have one MechMan Elite Series 6-phase 340 amp alternator right now in the stock location. I will have 16 alternators in the back, 8 on each side of the bus. I will show you that bracket towards the end of the video. But let's take a look inside real quick. And here we have 30 18-inch DC audio level 3 M2s. I mean, I picked DC Audio because it's loyalty, customer service. You know, been dealing with them for 5 years. I could put any sub-brand I want in here. They're still going to work. But I've been using DC Audio for 5 years. I've competed for 5 years with that product. And I've taken home trophies. And if the stuff breaks, I repair it. So, nothing to knock them. They've been holding up so far. As you see, the box is kind of long. It's about 9 feet long. So I will be running individual delaying systems on these subs to help funnel the pressure forward, because there is pressure inside right now, but a lot of it is in the box. So pretty much each row of 3 is on its own amp. So that 5th row will get paired up on a delay, the 4th, the 3rd, the 2nd, and the 1st row. This is just a temporary makeshift baffle / loading wall, just so you know, these front subs aren't blowing up. Just, again, temporary, just for some of the local shows that I go to. These are 5 10-inch Eminence Audio speakers. That's just falling down in the corner. It's just tape for now. In here, as you see, this is all steel. Pretty much, because if this was just a fiberglass body, it would tear open. So it's all steel, steel, steel. The Gorilla Tape you see along the edging, besides this little corner that I didn't get to weld in with steel yet, you know, it's just to seam off anything that I wasn't able to do a consecutive bead, just because when I did the steel, I was, you know, time managing. I had to get it done for a show, so I wasn't able to do 100% full beads. Right here we got a full-size stripper pole, or what you would normally see in someone's basement that holds up their basement. It's about, I'd say about 5 feet 10 inches tall, so I would definitely consider it a full-size stripper pole. The cabin, it's pretty large. The whole cabin is about 125 cubes, so pretty much when I play this, it does build pressure. There is some wind, not as much as there should be, because right now the pressure is staying in the box, but there is wind. There is a lot of pressure in here. The window moves a lot. If you watch some of my videos, I just put a crack in it just earlier today. I could put like 8-9 people in here at a time. So that's about the inside of the bus. I funded this whole thing myself. I got rid of a lot of things that I wanted, like one of my cars, my Matco Series 6 toolbox, triple bank. I got rid of a lot of stuff to invest into this. This is all my money. It's not my parents' money. I don't live with parents. I work. I rent a house. And this is my hobby for you guys. Getting this done, going to shows, you know, people love seeing this thing. Anywhere I go now with this catchy paint job, people see it and they instantly know there's speakers in it and they want to hear what it sounds like. And right now it's playing, it's great, but it will get better over time with a little more time, effort, and of course money. But right now money is lacking, so for the time being I gotta kind of just play it how it is. Now there is a contest. Pretty simple. I've never metered this, and everyone asks me what it meters. Now, the cabin is pretty large, as you guys see. You can stand up inside. It's a regular size bus. I would say it's about 6 feet high. 5 feet, you know, from width, and then maybe, I'd say about 8 feet from the box to the windshield. 7-8 feet. So it's about 100, we'll say 100 cubes. Now, the contest is between Facebook and YouTube. You can either write it in the comments on YouTube or on Facebook, but I will meter this on peak and hold on the Term Lab the meter will be on the glass. So this is how it's going to pan out. Driver door will be sealed. Window will be shut. Meter will be on the glass. This entrance door will stay open because I just don't need other windows breaking right now. As you see, there is a crack in this plexiglass. So this door will stay open. Driver door will stay shut. TL will be on the glass, and it's going to be a peek and hold. I might play a song just to see where it's peaking at, but ultimately you are going to pick the highest number that you think that it will possibly read on the glass. We're talking peek and hold. Now, you need to tell me what it will hit on the meter, decibel-wise, and the frequency. So, for example, you would need to tell me, let's say, a 148.25. It has to be two numbers. That's how the TL reads it. If I just say you have to give me three numbers, obviously that leaves only a 20 decibel range. If you give me one decimal number, same thing. It doesn't give the odds that much. There's going to be a lot of people guessing numbers. So it's got to be a 3-digit number with a decimal and then two numbers following that. So it could be a 148.44, could be a 153.87. It's got to be in that type of format. Then you need to guess the frequency that it will hit that number at. I'm not manipulating anything, not putting favoritism towards anyone. It's just, I'm going to be in this thing for about a half hour, going to run some songs, going to run some frequencies, some test tones, and ultimately the highest number that it puts out after everything will be the number that will get locked in, and pretty much that's how it'll be. Now, I might end up be able to videotape this whole process, so just so everyone can see it go down. So you gotta just, subscribe to the YouTube, like I said, comment on this video with your answer that you think is right, and just keep looking, because I will probably videotape me metering it for the first time, so in case anything happens traumatic in here, at least everyone will see it, whether glass breaks, sub breaks, whatever. You never know what could happen. Just some basic things. 30 18s on 10 3500 watt amps. Rows of 3 at 1.3 ohms. So each amp is at 1.3 ohms. Do your homework, see what the amps put out. At 1.3 ohms, figure box rise. Voltage, I am running D1400s, charging at 16.7, 16.8. I don't really have a lot of voltage drop right now because the amps are playing at a high impedance, so there is very little load on a 16 battery bank. Those are pretty much some key pointers just to give you an idea of how much power it's putting out. And other than that, watch my other videos, see how people react, see what happens inside with vibration and everything else, and hopefully you will get a good judgment on what it will hit on the meter. With that being said, the prizes will be either a DC Audio Level 3 M2 18, one that's in the bus, brand new, in a box, dual 2s, or if you can't fit an 18, you can get a DC Audio M3 8, which is brand new. They came out maybe about a month ago, so you will get the 18 if you win. But if you tell me, hey, I have a little car, I have a Civic, a Camry, whatever, and you want the 8, you will get the 8. DC Audio M3 8. It's got a 2-inch coil. It's a pretty beefy sub. It's a nice sub. So that's what you're going to win if you could guess the 3-digit number with a decimal and then two following numbers with the frequency. Now, that's going to be on the glass. When I'm all done with that, I will meter in the back of the box. I'm going to walk all the way to the back of the box, and I will either suction cup the mic to the back wall or tape it in place, but I will meter it. So if you do want to add in on your bet, you can then tell me what that will hit back there in the box. And if you guess that right, you will get a sub as well. So if one person can somehow guess the reading for both on the glass and in the box, you will get 2 subs. an 8 and an 18. If it's two separate people, it's two separate people. If only one person could guess one of the numbers right, one person gets it. That's pretty much how it's going to roll. Now, you do need to specify. When you do put it, you need to tell me what the number is, and you need to tell me if it is on the glass or if it is in the box. If you have any questions regarding any of this so that we have no misunderstanding, just comment, message, whatever. Share this with your friends. I'm probably going to put this video up and let it run for probably 2 weeks just to get, people interested. Like I said, share it, like it, comment it, tell your friends. The more people that see these videos, the more fans I'll gather. I'll be able to travel more shows comfortably. Just a quick look at the bracket that I'm making, because I know a lot of people always ask me this. Here it is. It's in my shed now. I have 8 alternators. They're just CS 130s. Right here. There's 8 of them. These are stocks. I will be getting Mechman alternators. These are stocks, but this was just for mock-up purpose and for experimental purpose. Right here at the top, there will be a motor. Layman's term, it will be a hydraulic motor. Yes, these alternators will all be driven hydraulically. This piece of the belt will then swoop down between here and be longer. It's just I threw this belt just for reference, but pretty much this is how it's gonna look. When these turn, the belt goes around, goes under both, around, under both. Now these are CS 130s. Mechman could make these into 180s, nothing special, but you figure 180 amps times 16 alternators, that's over 3,000 amperage of DC output. The reliability aspect is there. Not trying to juice out 400 amps out of a single unit. That might fail. We're talking light duty alternators here that are going to run continuous. Like I said, over time, this bus will get better. So if you don't see it within the next 6 months or this season, you will probably see it the following season. There's a big surprise at the end of this year of what's happening with the bus. You'll just have to keep watching. But for now, this video is to give you the rules on the contest of winning the subs, so you guys know that. It gives you a little bit of background on why I did this bus, and pretty much gave credit to all the companies and people and individuals that helped me with this. Other than that, like I said, like them, subscribe, comment, feedback, likes, dislikes, let me know. Until then, watch the video, share it, and we'll see you in the next video. And then we will also see who will be the winner after I meter this thing in 2 weeks. Alright, have a good one.